Next week we're going to have molasses. We're going to watch molasses in winter. Yo.
That was footage of the United States ship Texas SSN 775 of the Block 1 of the Virginia class fast attack submarines leaving for patrol out of I believe it was Hawaii. We thank the men and women of our armed forces for everything that they do. Should have had an Army bit instead of a Navy bit, because I think we're going to roll into something else in this evening's discussion. But before we get there, I want to say good afternoon, good evening to everyone who's joined us. And on panel with us this afternoon, this evening, we got the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who has a face and a voice truly made for radio, son of a silver stacker. And in the other corner, I got my partner in crime, as always, the guy who's always working behind the scenes to try to get me in trouble, and that's Mr. Gen X Collectible. Good afternoon, good evening, gentlemen. How is the weather in the great state of Florida?
It was fantastic today. I was at New Smyrna Beach, spotted a shark in the surf, chasing fish around. The only reason I noticed because a fish jumped out of the water near our ankles, and there was a shark chasing him around. It must have been a 3-footer.
Did you catch him?
He caught some other ones, but he bailed. But listen,
you didn't catch the shark?
No. But what's interesting is there's people casting their rods there, and there's also boaters just right offshore fishing, and then there's people, wading in the water and then swimming in the surf. So I always thought that was interesting. But there's definitely sea life there.
Quick question. I don't want to divert too much about Florida because I'm not a local. I've only been here 2 years. Can you fish for shark? Or do you need a special license?
Good question. Let me ask Siri. Hey, Siri, can you fish for shark in Florida?
It is possible to catch sharks in Florida. However, there are some species that are protected and cannot be fished for. This answer is from livyoutdoors.com and takamafishing.org.
Thank you.
Wait.
So, how do you know which one you're going to catch? You're going to tell your line, hey, only catch the ones that aren't protected. Thank you. Yeah, I guess you got to throw them back.
Kind of like bald eagles, right? Can't eat those either.
That's really a vulture mixed with an eagle. Because it's the only eagle. It's the only eagle that'll eat carrion.
Sorry, John. Sorry, Mr. Bullay.
First, who is that? What'd you do with Siri? And two, let me translate this for the folks in Alabama. Hey, Siri, can we fish for a shark?
Wait, what did you mean? What did I do? Your Siri doesn't sound like that?
Mine sounds like a lady.
Oh, yeah, baby. Turn it up.
Anyway, actually the weather's been really nice. Got to enjoy it. Finally, heat's died off, so it was nice. Been trying to spend as much time outside as today and yesterday. So
yeah, it was only 91 today. It was 91.
Humidity was still up there a little bit, but it was actually comfortable. At 101 or 102. It was nice. Heat index, that is.
This family vacation video? No, I'm just trying to break the ice.
So listen, I watch baseball, and I just watched your opening video, and there was a submarine there. And in baseball, they have these advertisements, build submarines. And I thought, wow, that's cool. But I'll tell you what, the future of submarines and the future of Navy warfare is drone ships. You don't have to have galleys. You don't have to have sleeping quarters. You can have streamlined ships heavily armed to the tooth. And some of them can be automated with AI. And I would imagine that the United States Navy is well on their way to creating drone submarines. Loads and loads and loads and loads of them.
It's called Stingray. They have actually two, a smaller one called Stingray and a much larger one is called Orca.
Yeah.
And they both have offense and defense capabilities.
Yeah, imagine putting those 2,000 of those off the coast of any country.
Yeah, and they're also working on like drone ships. These the two I was talking about are actually underwater vehicles.
Yeah. Well, if you read Popular Mechanics, that was a thing back in the late 80s. They were talking about drone ships.
Oh yeah. So it's the Navy's kind of looking at it as their way to bulk up the fleet, more cheaply, coming from a guy who works in the American military industrial complex.
And quickly.
And quick, but I think that's the operative, quickly, because of perceived threats from the Far East and
China.
Yeah. So it's very interesting. And that new, to kind of segue a little bit, that new F-47 stealth fighter for the Air Force, it supposedly has the capability to be autonomous itself. So it may not necessarily need a pilot.
Yeah, not necessary anymore.
Yeah. So that's maybe the wave of the future.
It really is. You said wave, and we're talking about submarines. That's awesome. Well done. Well played.
So since we're talking about the military, let's kick off the show as I go through the chat here, just to say hi to everybody. But let's start the conversation. So Triple S here, our man of the hour, with all things numismatic news and information with regards to the U.S. Mint. I stumbled on some very interesting information about the Army Privy Silver Eagle minted at West Point. Would you please elaborate, Triple S?
When they were striking these coins, I think the guy running the machine was eating his Captain Crunch with crunch berries. And he must have been doing some heavy duty lip smacking because there's milk spots all over the coin. And honestly,
emotional damage.
Yeah, that's rough. So it's probably a crap shoot. It's probably a gamble. Don't know what you're going to get, but I really would appreciate everybody to let me know the condition of their coin once they open it up, if they even open it up. Maybe you're going to keep it in the box and not find out.
Be a lot of upset people.
Yeah, what's it worth with all the milk spots on there? 105?
Maybe. Well, since how it's sold out, maybe. Yeah.
Dang. I guess some people would just want to have it. And some people claim to know how to get rid of milk spots, so that's a thing too.
I have yet to see anybody successfully do that. Have you?
Well, I got a little jar of that stuff people talk about to clean.
Silica gel.
Yeah. No, not silica gel. It's little
the Easy Zest.
Thank you. That's the stuff.
Well, that'll take off toning, but not milk spots, is my understanding.
Okay.
The milk spots, I mean, it's in the planchet. I don't know how you can get that out. Is
a milk spot more of a chemical, something on the surface, or is it actually impressed into the metal itself?
Stacker, if he knows, my understanding is that it's improper rinsing of the planchets.
Improper drying, improper rinsing, all of it. Yeah.
So it's like a soap residue type thing. So
why would that easy stuff not be able to take it off?
I don't know. I don't know if does it go through annealing after they do the rinsing. So it's probably baked in. Okay. Again, I don't know. I don't remember. Let's put it that way. At one time, I knew the whole process pretty well, but I haven't looked at that in several years. So I'm kind of speaking out of my ear. But if anybody in chat knows, please fill us in. I think we've probably got a bunch of partial things in here, but anyway, I'm not going to be happy, only because I'm going to have to send it back, and the person that I bought that for is going to be really upset.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed. So, come on, U.S. Mint, you got to step up your game. And maybe like we touched about it before on previous live streams. The proposed new director of the Mint, having a true, I shouldn't say true, but numismatic background. He's an enthusiast when it comes to coin collecting. Maybe that'll inspire a little bit more passion and put the fun back into things, and maybe that's what they need. But then again, after something like this, sounds like they need to go learn quality control 101.
This is so simple.
It seems like a rush job. I mean, why couldn't they take the time to dry it? Does it take a day longer than it should have? I mean, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I know we're in a little group chat, and we were kicking around ideas when that was first brought up. And you're right. I think it's a combination of they're just rushing. They had problems with that coin to begin with, and probably just rushed through it. And now we're seeing the results of it with some people. Hopefully it's a small batch and not everybody or most people. Now, can you imagine? I think I read a comment or seen something somewhere. Can you imagine paying for a 70 and getting that thing and it's got a milk spot on it?
Whoa.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
That interesting. So if somebody buys a coin that's graded, especially say this one, for example, since it's fresh and new, can you go back to NGC or PCGS and say, hey guys, what's going on here?
I had that happen to me. I had sent a coin in, it came back 70. I sold it, and it was fine. And the guy sent me pictures after like a week, and it had milk spots on it. I refunded him the difference between that and bullion. So it happens. And I think I had heard that it seems to happen more with PCGS slabs than with NGC for some reason. And I don't know why that is, for what that's worth. But it did happen to me. Get it graded and it looked great. Sold it and refund.
Yeah, Water the Possibilities has the answer right there. Improper rinsing and drying then struck into the planchet itself. It's part of the coin now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said. I was close.
What if they did that with Kool-Aid and then punched that into the planchet?
Well, that's one way to add some color to the coins.
Yeah, let's colorize our coins with Kool-Aid.
And then the privy mark will say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That took me a second, but I got it. That was a good one.
and that Silver Eagle would be a sellout like that.
If they did Kool-Aid busting through a wall for a privy mark, I would buy that. I would buy that.
Actually, I would too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know why he's busting through a wall? It's all the damn sugar you got to put in there.
Well, Kool-Aid, you're not supposed to put sugar in it. You know that, right?
Like who does that?
Nobody. That was why you always went to the friend's house that always put the full sugar in it, like my parents did.
Yeah.
That's why all the kids were at my place.
With my Kool-Aid, any flavor, I always add the lemon. It kicks it up a notch. You gotta add lemon to every Kool-Aid flavor you got. It's amazing. Lemon Kool-Aid to grape Kool-Aid, lemon to cherry, and so on and so forth.
I wouldn't drink grape. I don't like grape.
Well, I want to say stack it high. He says no milk spots on his Army privy. So, hey, congrats to you, brother.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good news. That's good news.
Yep.
Good news. So, all of us on panel here and Gunny, all of our coins are destined to arrive tomorrow, and we have a little bet. Who's going to get their coin first? And we don't know. They're in Florida, and I don't know. You guys must have the same distribution center that they're all kind of waiting to leave there to get to your individual homes. Mine's in a distribution center where my PO box is, and it's literally like 2 miles from my house. I can't touch it because it's got to leave there, go to the local post office that actually delivers here. So yeah, so who's going to win that bet? I don't know. And it's $1 bet, so it's a friendly bet. And my entry for it is I put this in. It's a silver certificate, and if you look on this side here, you can see it's been misaligned during the cutting process. So that's going to go to somebody because these guys will probably get theirs before me. Anyway, So yeah, well, wait and see, everybody. We'll see how everyone's Army privy turns out. It's very disappointing, because we want. Mr. X and I mentioned it, I think, Thursday evening. We want, as much as we, criticize the mint, we want the mint to succeed. It's our mint. We're Americans, right? America. But we want them to succeed because it's part of our culture. It's part of our heritage. It's a reflection of who we are as a people. It's our mint. Let's take ownership of it.
Yes,
it's
please.
so disheartening to see stuff like this happen. But what's the fix? Is there an easy fix? No. So but what is the fix, and how do we implement those fixes?
I'm sure there's a process, and they should probably follow the process on properly rinsing and cleaning planchets before they strike them.
Throw more money at the problem. That seems to work.
That always works well, especially in the government. We're being facetious, everybody. Randy, okay.
Yeah. So, let Stacker know. I guess maybe a big batch of the coin will arrive tomorrow for a lot of people. So I'm sure Triple S here will probably have a video tomorrow talking about that for a little bit. So watch his video and leave a comment and let him know, hey, I got my coin, and let us know what kind of condition it's in. Because be curious to know. Maybe we can kind of track. Is it really just a onesie twosie thing, or is this more problematic? And we got a really nice crowd in here this evening. So hey, thanks everybody. I'm trying to go through the chat as we're talking and everything, and I don't want to necessarily interrupt the discussion. But I do appreciate everybody showing up to this evening on whatever channel that you're on, and good times for sure. I wanted to bring up a little bit of something, and I didn't do enough research on it because I was just thinking about it this morning for a little bit. But the job numbers came out Friday, and they weren't stellar. In fact, they had a couple of adjustments. The first number I saw was only 76,000 jobs created, and then it was changed to about 73,000. And apparently there's some fallout between our current administration and then whatever the organization is that does the analytics to find out these numbers, like job growth, creation, and stuff. And whoever this individual is in charge of this agency, I'm going to use that word kind of sparingly, was fired. So do we have an issue here of, well, I'm going to answer my own question. Politics involved? Yes, of course. Should politics be involved? Yeah. But however you look at it, these kind of decisions are affecting, spot prices. They affect our hobby, and they affect the economy. They affect people's wallets. So if the job numbers aren't as great as they are, how is that going to affect, us in the everyday? Are prices we've seen prices come down? They're going to come down more, or are they going to go back up? Is inflation stagnant? Are we going to see an increase? Are we going to see a decrease? Probably not, because has the Fed come out on this one? I don't know. Has the Fed come out and said, yes, we're going to lower interest rates? I think the answer is no, but Mr. X, maybe you can help me out on that. So I know I'm throwing a lot of questions out there, but I think let's I wanted to bring it up because I think it's important for people to look at these things, because we as an individual may not have direct control of what happens, but it does affect us, and we need to, take steps for ourselves to, weather the storm. I guess that's maybe a good way of saying it. So now that I said all that, what do you guys think?
Orange man bad.
Pretty much.
I'll answer your very first question. The Department of Labor is the one that puts out the reports.
Thank you.
And the problem was that obviously there's going to be an adjustments frequently to all those things, but the level of the adjustment has been completely out of control with the person that was doing the reports going all the way back to last year, a year ago. So I don't know. Is there politics? Are they trying to dump it to make things appear worse than what they are? I don't know.
But doesn't every administration fudge the numbers when it comes to the jobs reports?
Yeah, it just seems awfully odd, though, that this director or the person that does those reports was put in place by the last administration, and right up until the election, the numbers were looking great until after the election, and all of a sudden they had to make what? It wasn't a million job change over a couple of months prior to the election.
Yeah, but most of those jobs they had added last administration were mostly government jobs, is what I hear.
It's my understanding as well, but I don't know. That whole thing's a mess. I don't know if firing that person is the right thing or to do an internal audit and take care of it in-house before you blast and fire the person less than 24, or well, this was the same day, right? The numbers
Pretty
came
much
out.
same day. Yeah.
But this
we
was
fired her.
the second report or the third report by that department?
That particular person had been putting out the report. She was put in that position a year ago, like last June or something like that. So she's been there a while.
Yeah, she was from the previous administration.
Right.
Carryover.
So I don't know. The whole thing's a mess, but it does affect. I mean, the jobs report was a mess. I'm thinking that was a contributing factor to what happened to the markets on Friday. You know, the Dow, the Nasdaq, S&P, they all took a tank, and of course, gold shot up $73 or something like that.
Exactly.
So it does have an impact. And now going forward, I mean, I don't know how much credibility that department had to begin with those reports and the numbers with all the adjustments, but how much faith do you have in anything coming out of there now? Especially if it swings the other way. Are they going to say, well, now they're fudging the numbers to make it look better than what it is? You got a credibility issue, in my opinion.
How do you establish
Credibility?
yeah,
Confidence?
credibility, but
Confidence in the reports?
Sure. What's the word I'm looking for? How to be unbiased. I mean, if an organization like the Fed is supposed to be unbiased and work in the best interest of the country, what measures do you put in place to ensure that those people are doing that they're not looking at their political agenda?
Well, that's the problem nowadays.
You can't.
Everything is so tribal right now.
Yeah.
Everybody does. I mean, I don't want to say everybody, but a good portion of people, no, even if it's a good thing, they're going to be like, "Oh, that's a lie," not because they've seen it with their own eyes, just because they don't want it to be good and they don't want to admit that it's good. In fact, I was watching CNN because I watch CNN, and one guy was like, "Hey, maybe we should, instead of saying everything is bad that happens, maybe we should acknowledge maybe 2 out of 10 things that are good that's going on." So maybe there's a recovery, but I don't see it happening.
What if this is a reverse psychology ploy? You got the markets going down. You got jobs going down. Inflation ticked up a little bit. What if this was done on purpose from the current administration to force the Fed to do an emergency meeting to lower the interest rates in August?
Right.
Well, we're back to politics again. Imagine that.
I don't want to go down that road, but I mean, it all ties together. It's possible. In fact, it's more than possible. It could be probable with the way stuff's going right now. It's very frustrating, especially for investors and people our age, especially my age, because I'm the oldest of the group, that's retired and looking at
Not by much, sir. Not by much.
investments and stuff to start drawing down on that, and they start messing around, and I start taking 5% hits a month. That hurts. So,
Hey, there's Silver Heist. Check that guy out.
Silver
That guy's voice.
He, by the way, Mr. Bullay, he put out a great video. for the last video was he made a case that Geiger puts out the best bullion out there because of the assays.
Yes, they do.
And I said, I agree. And old Sal said the Perth Mint. So this is a good fight. You got Perth Mint going against Geiger. You can't go wrong with either one, in my opinion. But I thought it was a pretty interesting back and forth that those two have been doing in the videos. It's been pretty good.
I need to go over there and check that out. They are speaking my love language. Perth Mint and Geiger.
Yeah.
That's the technique.
Yeah, Mike Nark. Me too. I never heard of that person until that denim commercial.
Oh, really?
Huh. I don't watch pop culture stuff.
I don't either, but I've seen pictures of her.
I have now.
Hey, Andy, if you're not too busy, if you would please, could you post the links for everyone's channel and also Silver Heist in the chat, please? Appreciate it. Thank you. I
think Silver Heist is like the only bullion channel I subscribe to, because he's not a silver pumper. You know, at least I don't see it that way. Maybe somebody else might, but I don't see him as a pumper.
No, I don't either. He puts out good content, and he brings up graphs and stuff, which I like. Charts.
Right, exactly. I'm a numbers guy myself. I like numbers.
I just brought up his channel. I don't know if you heard that or not. That's his landing video. I need to make one of those, a little landing video. Keep getting the suggestion, make a landing or introduction video, like a little 10-second thing. It says, hey, one of my channels is what we do, blah, 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 whatever.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Exactly. That's a 4-letter word, Mr. Work is a 4-letter word.
Yeah, especially for this guy.
What?
Why?
I'm spoiled.
Okay, I'm going to troll Triple S here for a second. He finally made the video I strongly suggest he make, where he asks the audience, the chat, to post the questions for him to ask the artists from the Mint. So it has a nice place. It's all condensed, so it has one location.
And the sad part is everybody asked their questions, and I still haven't compiled them and sent them off to her yet. So yeah, I still gotta. Yeah, it takes me a while to do things, for sure. I don't move fast. I think a turtle's going to beat me in a race.
Well, you've got a few things going on too. Understandable.
No, seriously though, folks can still post questions if they have them. Stacker?
Absolutely. On that video in particular, because I'm not going to go looking for them though if they're not on that video. Or send me an email.
See if I can easily get to it. Or Andy, if you can get to Triple S's channel and find that specific video and post the link to that video. So what it is, just to remind folks, Stacker, could you just kind of give us a quick synopsis of the opportunity you have with that interview?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for allowing me to talk about that. I appreciate it. So Emily Domstra, which is, one of the big wigs over at the United States Mint and the Royal Canadian Mint. She does all kinds of beautiful designs. She does stamps, prints, graphic art, you name it. And she does coins as well. So she has done, and this is probably the one y'all know, and some people call it the clipped wing, but we are looking at interviewing the lady that designed the Type 2 American Silver Eagle Reverse. And that's huge. So as soon as we get some questions in, I got to bone that actually. As soon as I get the questions in to her, she's going to bounce them off the Mint, and then the Mint's going to give a yay or nay on the questions, and then we're going to get back to you and do the interview. So I'm really excited to do that actually.
Awesome. I'm still looking for that video.
I got it here. I'm copying the link. I'll put it in the chat here. Okay. Well, I don't think I can put it there. I can put it on my channel, but I can't put it on.
Put it in the private chat.
Yeah.
Will do. There she blows. Thank you, sir.
Yep. I got it.
Andy's got it. No.
Boy.
Oh, that's Gunny's channel.
With a jarhead, as he
Yeah,
put it.
that's rough. Jeez. Poor
It's
Gunny.
Andy.
Andy got my back.
And
Solidarity.
he feels
Picking on a poor guy that's sick too. That's
Yeah.
low, man.
kick them while they up, kick them when they're down. Don Henley was right.
If you look in the chat there, that I posted, that's the link to the video Stacker has talking about the upcoming interview he has. So if you do, if you have a question, leave it as a comment, and it'll help his channel with the the algorithm and all that YouTube stuff, and it'll help and it'll also help Stacker with consolidating all his questions. So it'll make it one easier step for him to put those questions together and send them off.
Yep.
Because she does need to get concurrence from the mint before she discloses anything, because I'm sure they probably have agreements, and I don't want to say NDA, because it may not be an NDA thing, but she probably needs to make sure she's got the AOK from HR before disclosing any information that may be not authorized for the public to know.
Right.
So that's great. That's a great opportunity.
Yep.
Oh, and I have one more suggestion for you, Stacker. After this interview, I think you should go out to Coin News, and that Mike Unzer guy, you need to interview him. Because you do a lot of reviews of articles that he posts, and he does a good job with those articles, by the way. He really does. And I think it'd be a great collab to have the guy who reads his articles, interview the guy who writes those articles.
I like that idea.
Yeah, you should. I mean, he does a good job with pretty much anything he writes. So, maybe that'll be something to pursue a little bit later when you have the time. Send that guy an email saying, "Hey, blah blah blah." Say, I'm son of a silver stacker, and I bring the numismatic news and information every morning. Okay, now let me get a little caught up here. Okay, got that. Got links posted. Okay, we're good to go. Okay. Well, that's really the two things that I really had on my plate. I just wanted to touch on the numbers a little, the job numbers. Yeah, I know folks probably don't really like to go into geopolitics and all that stuff, but I think it's important to at least touch on it some, because it affects us directly. And I definitely wanted to shout out Triple S when he's on here, because we all know, we all got our, we're waiting on the arrival of those Army privies. And when Triple showed in our private chat, Triple S sent us a photo of somebody had milk spots on their Army privy, and we're all just like, such a disappointment. Not just for us, I mean, but it's for a whole lot of people. And think about those who have served in the Army, for example. Proud of their service, as they should, and they get a coin like that to kind of help, commemorate their time and their service, and get such a low quality product. It's just uncalled for, and it's just I want to bring attention to it, and I hope somebody from the Mint or somebody's listening, and maybe the proposed Mint directors, will have the fortitude to make positive changes so we don't see this stuff happening again. Because it's got to be a process problem for sure. I mean, you heard Mr. X, he has a manufacturing background. I've worked in manufacturing, sort of, kind of, mostly more of an I say more integration than ground up manufacturing. Ground up, what I mean by that is, taking literally bulk, materials and then putting something together. I'm more of take box A, part B, and divot C and put them together to make something. So yeah. So let's hope for the best from the man, because let's hope they get this thing fixed. So anyway, so at this time, I'd like to turn over to my brothers in arms on the panel, and also like to turn over to the chat. If you have any questions for us, please feel free to post them. I'm sorry to say that's all I really had ready for this show.
Questions, comments from the chat? Haven't seen any other than a question for Stacker, which it sounds like he's typing away at.
I know, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I finally was able to figure out how to contact this guy. Not that he will, but you never know.
Oh, what, Mike Unzer?
Yeah, he's actually, okay, so check this out. Mike Unzer, he says here, collecting coins has been a source of fun and excitement in my family for 4 generations. I started actively collecting in my early teens and have continued through every stage of my life and careers. That's now over 30 years of collecting. At Coin News Media Group, LLC, we strive to be a great source of coin news, information, and great coin conversations for the benefit of anyone interested in coins. And he's the owner and editor of coinnews.net.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They got a P.O. box in San Antonio, Texas.
Texas.
I know, right? No, I'm kidding. Took me like 3 days to get through Texas, except the top part where Amarillo is. I really like Amarillo.
I like the eastern part because it's got some terrain and trees. It's nice.
Amarillo has a place called the Big Texan. And when I stay at my hotel, I call them and they send over a limousine with one of those bullhorns right on the front of the Cadillac. And they shuttle you over to the Big Texan. It's where you eat the 96-ounce steak in like 1 hour. And you got to finish everything on your, not that I've done that because that would just be, I like all you can eat. And I'll get like 8 plates in an all you can eat restaurant, but I can't do that with steak.
Back in the day, I thought I would be able to do that, but I can't do that anymore.
I don't want to do that.
Right.
No, right.
I'm trying to change my number. I want the numbers here to go down. These kind of numbers you want to go down. So I can't do that kind of stuff.
So what's our question you got on the screen?
So we got a question from, oh boy, I think I need new glasses.
Tucson Red Coin.
Thank you, Tucson. It's like I was trying to separate the parcel the words. So Tucson Red Coin asks, what are your guys' thoughts on the 2000 to 2010 silver proof sets? Lots of cracking going on by dealers, making them interesting for the long term, in my opinion. Well,
those have been hot for years, haven't they? For the last 5-6 years, those have been hot.
Yeah, I have no idea on secondary market. It's not anything that I've tracked, so I don't know. And I don't know the minutages without grabbing my red book. Hold on.
Yeah, they're worth good money. Next time you go to a coin show, look it up.
Maybe that has something to do with some of the commemorative quarters in the last couple of years. You have all the American women quarters. They're going into the proof set, the limited silver proof set. And then before you had the, what was it? The Tuskegee and the Washington crossing to Delaware. So that was, two quarters instead of one in the silver set. Before that, you had what? The America the Beautiful series. You had all the state quarters. So were those limited edition proof sets, silver proof sets, were they, a larger set because they had all the state quarters or American Beautiful quarters included in those? I don't know because I haven't seen those. That's why I'm asking.
I've heard they crack them out and sell them individually. They can make more money. You can make more money selling these individually than you can selling it in the lens with quarters.
Yeah, that's been that way for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 2000 they made 965,000. 2001 889. 2003 1,000,001. I'm just seeing if there's anything low mintage.
Not like today's numbers. It's down and to the right. That's why in 20 years, 15 years, these silver proof sets with these silver quarters are going to be worth good money. And I would imagine next year with the low mintages and the high demand, that's going to be where it's at. Like one of the possibilities actually said he had a question for everybody. I don't know if we saw it, but he asked everybody here, hey, what are you looking forward to for the rest of this year? And he actually said the 2026 product schedule. I don't blame him for that. But I got to tell you this, any day now, we're going to get a best of the mint announcement, because we've already had the Mercury dime, 1916 Mercury dime, right? And we're waiting for the best of the mint, and it's going to have a companion silver medal to it as well. So I'm really looking forward to that announcement right now. But if we're going to talk products that are available coming out this year, I'm looking to the American Innovation Proof Set. And actually, one of the possibilities had an interesting video about the proof set for the American Innovation coins. He's talking about maybe an enhanced, because they did use the word enhanced in there. We're going to give you an enhanced product, but I don't think that's the case. Otherwise, they would continue the subscription. And they would probably give you a link to the new subscription. I think they're going to get rid of it altogether. But what I do think is there's probably a better possibility of it becoming part of the proof sets and the silver proof sets, adding a third lens. They'd save money that way.
Yeah. And they have to get new boxes.
Yes.
And people don't like the 3 lens or 4 lens sets. They don't fit in anything.
Well, unless you take it out of the box packaging, and you can buy like these display boxes and whatever. It's a lot of extra work.
Well, the mint, I don't know if they still do, but they used to sell boxes, single lens, double lens, and triple lens boxes, that held the sets. And it looks like 1.1 million all the way down to about, I think it was 560 some thousand for the miniatures on the silver proof sets from 2000 to 2010. So there's a bunch of them out there. But I know that there's a lot of people cracking them. So, I mean, obviously, if you've got it and you want to hold on to it and see, I mean, no different. They've been cracking and cutting those things out, especially if Nick Coins gets near it.
Yeah.
As far back as they go. So it's a cool series. I mean, I was collecting the proof sets for a long time, and then I stopped a couple of years ago. But it's a cool set or collection.
That's right. One of the possibilities, they had to throw in 3 lenses with the presidential dollars. That's right. Also, there was something said here a minute ago in the chat. I think it was Silver Heist had a question about the pennies, the Lincoln set for 2026. Let me see if I can find it on the. Yeah, here he says here, what's the latest on pennies? Have they kept making them for circulation for 2025? Will they make 2026 pennies for the 250th semi-quincentennial? I think they're going to be NIFCs, but the circulation strikes that you're going to get at the bank, those are going to be the ones to own. A box of pennies, rolls of pennies. I think those are going to be very important coins. You know what? Let me check something actually from the United States Mint. Seeing how we're on the 3rd day of August, I expect them to update the circulation strike numbers sooner than later. That would be interesting to find out that information.
While Stacker's tracking that down, Mr. X, this chat is for you with regards to the gold backs.
Oh, good gracious. Yeah, if you like them and you want to collect them for novelties, I think they're great. But please, please, please do not stack those.
Yeah, I'm the same opinion. As a collectible item, something take the word collectible. Yeah, sure, they're great, creative pieces of artwork and treated as such as an artwork. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. We collect what you like. But if you're thinking this is a cheaper option for stacking gold, I strongly disagree, and I think that guy would concur with that.
Yeah, it's
Frank T has a good question here. Which is better, Sacagawea at 7,500 vintage, or American Liberty at 12,500 vintage. I think the mintage on the American Liberty is 12,000, and the silver medal is going to be 60,000. Typically, it's 75,000 for the silver medal and 12,500 for the gold, the high relief gold coin. But I think they're going to drop that by about 500. They should drop it by 2,500, and they should drop the mintage for the silver medal to about 40,000 if they want to have a highly sought after, high demand coin or metal.
Um,
Because that would match sales. That would right size their sales.
yeah. I can't remember which is better, Sacagawea or American Liberty. Personally, I think the Liberty. The high relief seemed to do very well.
It's a beautiful coin.
And I like the design this year. Premium is pretty steep, but as we discussed on my stream on Friday or Thursday, those things are selling well, right, Mr. Bullay?
Yes, they are.
The value, I should say.
They're getting up to $4,000 now on a proof 70. They're heading in that direction.
You're talking about the Sacagawea, yeah.
Yes, sir.
No, we were talking about the Liberty, and if you bought the Liberty from 3-4 years, you've got the bucking Bronco.
Oh yeah, dude,
you
those
got
are
a home run.
8K. Those are 8 to 10K.
Right, Mr. Bullay?
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves.
The answer to your question, I would think if I was to buy one, it would be the Liberty. That's not to say that the Sacagawea won't go nuts. There you go. Blow yourself up.
Yeah, that one's nice. That's a horsey.
It didn't fall out. There it is. Oh boy, I need a manicure.
You need to get that graded. Is what you need to do. Sell that bad boy.
Yeah.
Even raw, I think he'll do okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raw is probably 6K.
More than that.
Is it really? Damn.
Well, that's probably what you'll get. I know the wholesale price on it's about 7. So
This was an impulse buy, and I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, that looks cool.
Why would you? Who were you listening to? Why would you even do that?
What, impulse buy?
Yeah, it's like when you're at the checkout and you grab the chewing gum and you find out it has sucralose in it.
Yeah, well, this is when I was first kind of new to the community and all that stuff. And there's one particular channel that I was following very religiously, and his opening intro was always, in today's numismatic news and information for the 3rd of August 2025. Like, you take it over to farmingspotprices.com. Let's look at the latest numbers on oats, barley, and hey, let's give you +1 extra. Remember, folks, not about the journey.
I think that he went in blind, and you got to remember he was just getting over being sick with the pandemic. So I don't think his temperature was right.
Didn't he say something really funny like "you are the father" or? Didn't he say something really goofy when he was in bed with the ventilator or some shit?
Yeah, that's right. He did.
Gosh.
All right. So, yes, I caught the bug. I caught the very nasty Delta variant of the bug. Thankfully, I wasn't on an intubator, so they didn't stuff a thing in my throat. Instead, they put me on this super strong CPAP machine. That's the best way I could describe it. The force of the air is so strong, it forces you to open your jaw. I mean, if you try to clench your jaw and try to hold it closed, you will get tired rather quickly. So I think that, of course, the staff and everybody, they were incredible, helping me get through that whole situation. So before this, they told me this after I, got better and became conscious again, so to speak. So they told me, apparently I drove myself to the ER, checked in, did all that stuff, and thankfully, I even signed the waiver if they had to intubate me. I signed that too. I don't remember any of this. But apparently, when they went to fit this super CPAP machine mask on my face, they put it on and they adjusted it, and they said I put my hands out and I was like trying to push them away or something, and I said something. They told me, I was like, wait a second, wait a minute, and then I went and put my hands on it and I said, Luke, I am your father.
He's about to check out. He's being a comedian.
Yeah, I'm on my deathbed being a comedian. But apparently,
I'm not surprised.
But apparently, that little moment in the ER got around to the entire hospital. So from when I actually became more conscious and all that stuff, they would come in the cafeteria people. They bring in, your lunch is ready, Lord Vader.
That's amazing.
What the hell? Where's this coming from? Lord Vader? What? And then one of the ER doctors came in and she was real nice. Oh wow. Ooh, that's right. I'm a man. I was sick and I don't care. She was hot. Anyway.
Don't be sorry if you see something beautiful you like. That's just the way God made them.
Man, she was gorgeous. But anyway, she came in and she's the one who told me the story. And I'm like, I did what? And here's kind of a sweet moment from that. She told me, because I, did the Vader thing, that apparently she went home and told her husband, who was also a doctor, and they're both Christian, and they said, we must pray for this man because he needs to survive this. So I was told it gave a little glimmer of hope to everybody in the hospital because, okay, enough with the story, but I think y'all get the idea. You know what was going on. So at that hospital, I am Lord Vader. Right. So.
And hopefully you haven't had to go back and have them reestablish that memory and unlock it again.
No, I don't need to do that now.
I can't wait till he's got to go for a colonoscopy. We'll see how they treat him.
Oh, Jiminy Cricket! Look at you.
You are not putting your lightsaber there.
Dirty dog. Take it like a man.
Yeah. Somebody has a survey they want you to try out. Triple S. Are they doing a gold penny? If so, Lincoln or Indian head or both? What do you think of that? Did they have an approved design for it?
They had a whole bunch of them. In fact, I should probably revisit those tomorrow in tomorrow's episode. Listen, I wake up every morning. I have no idea what show I'm going to do generally. Like 80% of the time, I just wing it.
Well, don't forget while you're doing your video, make sure you also plug your video about the questions for the interview. You forget to do that, so make sure you put
I'll
that
just
in.
Bring up that video and say put the comments on this video.
Yep.
We're starting to wrap it up because I really do need to get those questions over to her so she can bounce them off the mints. And who would they even ask? What is it, like their communication department?
Probably, HR. Yeah, probably public relations.
Yeah.
Public relations, legal, the contract that they signed for legal. The NDA.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have to sign one of those soon. I'm doing something fun, and I have to sign an NDA. What else did she say I had to sign? A non-compete and an NDA. I got to sign soon. Looking forward to that.
NDAs are fine, but non-compete better.
Right.
Make sure you look that over good or get it to a lawyer.
That's where I'm at with that non-disclosure. And I have a big mouth, so that's going to be tough as it is.
Yeah, but non-compete, I don't know what you're doing, and we don't want to know because you're in negotiations, but as soon as you sign that, you might not be able to do anything in that area for anything for 3 years. So.
Yep.
I don't think I'll be that strict. I think as long as you don't ask like hard, questions about, hey, what's your production rate? What's, asking questions about, who has the contracts to supply planchets and blah, 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 things like, if it's like really hardcore details, but if you kind of stay on the creative side of things, I think you should be fine. Because she's an artist, so she's
I think
not
so
into
too. I'm going to ask her what her favorite color is to work with. That's just what I have a question. I'm also going to ask, and somebody's already asked this also, but how does it feel? And I'm sure we could all imagine, how does it feel having your design be selected to the reverse of the American Silver Eagle? I think that would be amazing.
And did they alter it?
Right. Look at this. Silver Heist says, "Son of a silver stacker." There's a guy called Road to Ruta. I can't watch him. I'm not that intense. He interviewed. I am intense, but not what's anyway. He interviewed the head of the bullion at the United States Mint, no holds barred, for a couple of hours. No pre-screening. Then that's kind of awesome. Well, maybe they just want to, because listen, we interviewed another artist from the United States Mint, and they didn't have me pre-screen any questions. But Joseph Mena wants me to pre-screen screen questions, and then Emily Domstra does too. And I'm still waiting on the Joseph Mena interview. They have not got back to me yet, but that's okay.
Well, maybe if the new proposed Mint director takes leadership, maybe
Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. That would be so
scoop.
phenomenal. And I don't want to be so arrogant and prideful and think that he watches my channel, but it would be cool if he knew of my channel and did see some of what I'm doing. That would be kind of cool. But it's probably not a thing.
I think you'd be surprised. I bet you somebody at the Mint's watching stuff.
Well, see, that's what people in the comments are saying. They're like, they've got to be watching these comments on here. Oh, and by the way, I'm part of the Numbers Club, thanks to somebody in this chat right here. I know how to look up the amount available again. And I'm going to whip that out for the live stream soon.
I wish I had that sound.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
it's called the Numbers Club. Welcome to the Numbers Club.
No, the other comment. There's a great movie quote. Never mind. I want to get us down that tangent. Nobody in chat's catching it. I'll let that go. Classic.
What's
Sorry,
the comment?
I was trying to catch up with the chat here. I apologize.
Must be on yours, not mine.
Lance joins us there and says, "Hey, fellas, what's the subject today?" Well, actually, we're about ready to wrap up here in a few minutes.
Wow, it's already been an hour. Holy smokes.
Yeah. Yeah. Just no, thanks, folks. I thought the topics I was going to talk about was going to kind of take the show, but that's okay. I mean, the whole point of these shows is just what we want to talk about. Let's talk about what you guys want to talk about too, and whatever in our, it's for Stacker and Gen X to be here and what they would like to talk about too. So it's definitely an open forum in that regards, and venture out a little bit above beyond coins and precious metals, maybe a touch, sure, but I think right now it's just getting back into doing live streaming. I think this is like what, fourth show I've done, maybe fourth or fifth show, if that. No, probably third or fourth. So I just want to, what does it take? It takes like 2-3 weeks to set a habit. So I'm still trying to set the habit to have a show. So once we set that,
it takes 21 days if you do it every day.
Oof.
Okay, there you go. So it's probably take me to the end of the year to make sure I set this habit.
Hey, let me ask the audience a question, and you both you gentlemen a question. Are you surprised that the Superman coin and medals haven't sold out yet? Is that surprising to y'all?
Not me, no. Well, how could they sell out? Are you talking about the 2.5 in the gold?
Yes, sir. Because obviously the 1 ounce is, in perpetuity as long as the program is probably lasts.
Yeah.
The gold coin at that mintage, it's not that much. I mean, the Sacagawea was way more popular. It sold out that first day, and you
Yeah,
know,
but that premium's tough to swallow.
see, that's just it. You said it right there, because the premiums are already high for U.S. Mint precious metal products, and then they're going to throw on a licensing fee. Come on, that's not fun.
Well, they got to keep their margins, so they're doing. That's why they have their grid, and then they just lopped on whatever. I'm assuming they just lopped on whatever the licensing fee is. But it
So
just, I
here's
think it put it out of reach for most people.
so
I
here's my
mean,
here's my next question. Well, Bully, can you answer, please, sir, if you haven't already? Okay.
Pretty much. Well, it's pretty much.
Don't think too hard. You're going to hurt yourself, man.
What Gen X said, as popular as the DC universe is, I think if you try to compare it to, say, Marvel or others, it's popular, but not compared to Marvel. Had they done, if it was Iron Man or Captain America, I could probably see it sell more in that regards. But Gen X is right. It's just the premium. I think if it wasn't so high, I think it would have sold out. So in that regards, I think the Mint shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
But I think comparing the gold Superman versus the Sacagawea gold, I think that's kind of apples to oranges, because it's just two genres. You got comic book stuff, and then Sacagawea is more of a traditional.
She's a cultural icon, just like Superman, though. I mean, she's a real person.
Yeah.
Superman's not, but
And I will go out on a limb on this. I think they could have picked a better design for the Superman coin. I mean, him flying over the farm fields of Smallville, I think it's fine. I mean, it's not the artwork itself. I mean, the detailing and all that, that's great. I mean, I'm not questioning how the look of it is, but I think the theme, it could have been something more, I don't know, more dramatic, more action-packed oriented, like the original comic book. You had on the cover, you had Superman holding an automobile over his head. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah. Are you sure that DC isn't the one that submitted this as the coin that you're going to put out?
I don't know. I don't know those details. I mean, yeah, DC might have had a factor in it, of course. I mean, honestly, DC's probably the one who has the final say, because it's their IP. So I don't know the process. So I wish it done better. I wish it had done better. The premiums weren't so damn high. I think it was.
So here's my follow-up question, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, and members of the panel. Since the coin and the metals come with such a high premium, and only a certain amount of people obviously can get them due to their low mintages and their high cost, doesn't that, at least as far as sometime in the future, doesn't that mean that they're going to be, because not everybody's going to be able to pick them up? It'll only be a certain class, certain group of people that are able to get those coins, especially those super high, super duper premiums, Superman premiums. And I think because of that, you're probably going to see those. And you know what's weird is, can we compare it to anything else that's ever been dropped from the United States Mint? Because we know that there's other countries, Nui Mint's doing some of the superheroes, and they don't have the premiums like we're seeing for these coins. But those do have a certain amount of value to them. So it's something to think about, because it's such a, what am I trying to say here? I can't wrap my head around it. I want to say not a whole lot of people are going to get these, because it's the price point is such, well, it's really tough. But so who's buying those? I guess is the question.
I think you have
dealers, fans, flippers.
I think you have a valid point, and I used the example of the 1 ounce gold Queen's Beast completer coin. That coin did not last long. When it hit the market, everybody gobbled it up. I should have gobbled it up at the time. I got it later, but I paid more than what it was initially being sold for. But thanks with the spot price being where it is, I've made that. Well, on paper, I've made it back with a little bit. So, but yeah, I think there is something to be said with regards to that. But that's how does that appeal? Is it appealing to the collector's market? Because maybe this is something else, kind of part of that discussion. Are the DC fans, the ones who collect all the the comic book people, the people who are into the IP, the people who watch the TV shows and the movies, that buy the movie posters and dress and do cosplay and all, are they going out and going to the Mint going, oh, there is a DC comic coins being made by the U.S. Mint, and are they going to collect that and add that to their comic books and their movie props that they bought and things like that? Is the word out to them to know that there is this something different to collect that's in the IP, and maybe that's probably another problem that maybe DC hasn't realized, is that they're not marketing. Well, I don't know who they should be, whether it's DC or the Mint, but between the two, they should be marketing to the DC fans, and I think that's a big problem. They don't know it exists.
I watched the Superman movie. I half expected the Mint to actually advertise before the movie that they're selling the Superman coins. I half expected the Mint to be at the San Diego Comic-Con that happened to open up on the same day the drop happened, and yet, wah, wah. It's so like opportunity after opportunity after opportunity just missed. I mean, who's running the show over there? Come on, don't you want to sell some coins?
Well, you got to consider the hardcore the diehards in like comic book cosplay stuff. These people are willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars if they could get their hands on the actual costume that Superman wore during the filming of the movie, for example. People pay thousands and thousands of dollars for that. So I think that's a big part of the problem. They just don't know these are out there.
That's correct.
Yeah, I think marketing missed the boat from both organizations.
Yeah. Is it because they don't have a marketing budget anymore? Is that why? Because Chris McNally said, we're not going to market these coins. Miss. That's a big miss.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Going forward, I mean, I don't know. Unless you can get those diehard collectors that the Don was talking about, so that they are aware of that and they'll drop.
Yeah.
$4 or $5 grand for a half-ounce gold coin just because it's Superman, and they can go with their Superman issue #1 comic book.
Yeah, and what does that comic sell for? $30,000?
Depending on the grade. I don't know much about that, but
or Superman #2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason is because in the comic book, I think the back cover, there was a coupon. If you cut the coupon off and send it in, they send you this like Dakota ring or some kind of little commemorative from DC Comics, and because of that, it destroyed a lot of comic books. So I believe it made. I think it's the #2 issue.
That's a comic book from an album, from a Madness album called the Nutty Boys, that you used to get. Nutty Boys. Can you see it? Okay. I just disappeared.
No. Yeah, put it up against you because you're using the green screen. Yeah.
Madness Comics.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, Madness. I dig my comics.
Oh, I
There's
had
X-Men right there. X-Men comics from way back. I don't put them in anything actually. I like to read them. I don't know when.
Mr. X. Hey, if you guys don't mind indulging just a few more minutes, because there's a couple of questions that were posed. This maybe for Mr. X with the manufacturing background. ISO new protocol being upgraded to the Swift system. Familiar with that? Oh, I know you're familiar with ISO.
ISO I'm very familiar with, but seems though I have been retired for a little bit, I would have to take a look. I haven't. But the answer to your question is I don't know.
And Stack It High asked, will the missing gold purity on a Sacagawea gold help it be more or less desirable? I thought that's already established with its purity. It's 24 karat, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't say it anywhere on the coin.
But does it say it on the COA.
Probably,
Perhaps.
but not on the coin.
I collect way too much crap.
That was can't read that one. Star. Uh-oh.
Star Wars. Star Wars.
Oh, wait.
This is the Star Wars. I like the first 5, I think. Anyway, they're cool.
Well, that's from Dark Horse.
Yes.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know who Dark Horse is. That makes
Yeah, man.
stuff. Because weren't they were like the first like really alternative to DC and Marvel that really
Yes,
took
sir.
off was Dark Horse.
Yes. Good stuff.
Let's see. This is a little bit more maybe for Mr. X again. How many will be blindsided and how many understand the Federal Reserve was just put on notice as Treasury bonds are now boss?
Huh.
Telling everybody that.
Yeah. We don't have enough time now to get into a whole
I tell you
rant for all of us to rant about the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, but you know, there's a great channel who started live streaming just recently that is a wonderful place to do such rants as this particular topic, and that's Mr. Gen X Collectible. We started up his live stream on Thursday evenings. Was it 7:30 p.m. Eastern?
7:30 right now.
Yeah, 7:30 right now, and I was there. We kicked it off this past Thursday. I think we'll do it again this Thursday. We're kind of doing I got Sunday nights. Mr. X guys Thursday nights. So please support both of us with these live streams. Triple S's invites always going out to him, and of course to our favorite gunnery sergeant. Also, I'm going to troll him real quick. I started watching a little TV program on Roku called Major Dad. Little comedy about the Marine Corps that came out in the early 80s. It stars Gerald McRaney. He is a Marine major. It's a half-hour comedy. So that show is dedicated to you, Gunny. Ooh,
I'd say that's better than Gomer Pyle, so you're doing all right.
yeah.
Yeah, Gomer Pyle was pretty weak.
Gomer Pyle was really good.
Major Dad wasn't all that much better. How many seasons did that go? Like 2?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
I liked F Troop. That was my show.
F Troop? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh,
Did you guys ever watch that? Do you even know what that is?
What, F Troop?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cavalry, days of the Wild West.
I know, and they treated Native Americans in that show. Boy, did they mistreat. That's probably why you don't see it on TV anymore. That would not fly.
That's why Blazing Saddles isn't on regular rotation on all the streaming services.
Which is a shame.
Yes.
Everybody takes themselves way too damn seriously anymore.
Yep.
I want to take this one real quick. So we're high stats. If Superman underperforms, will they have a Batman sequel? Well, if you're talking about the coin, I think Batman will. If they do a Batman, I think it'll probably be, if not the most popular, it'll be definitely in the top 2 because I think he's probably one of the most popular of the DC heroes. Because he's kind of more of an anti-hero than he is hero, but
Batman. There's a new Batman out. There's an Aztec Batman. It's only going to be on
Batman.
Yeah, it's going to be on digital. It won't even hit the theaters, but it's a really interesting take on Batman that I'm not too familiar with. But that's what they do.
Gozats is asking you, Stacker, look at the new baseball 3D coin from Samoa. Just put out. That is worth a premium, and you get quality, no milk spots.
I'll check that out. That'll be sweet. You can put that a link on my channel, Aztec of the Oro. I love the A-Team. I love the remake of the A-Team. Was fantastic with Liam Neeson. That was great. And did you see Liam Neeson? Or no, is it Liam Neeson? He's going to be the new Naked Gun.
Yep, he is. Yep,
that looks fantastic.
I think that's going to be awesome.
Oh.
And it'd be fun to see him in a kind of a more comedic role than all the, because all the movies he's made pretty much has all been kind of the same theme, from taking like the why'd you take my daughter?
Right. When he was listening to everything go down in the room, and he took all the cues and clues from there. Wow. Okay, that was heavy duty. I think Gen X wants to go. He's stretching and stuff.
Oh, it's just me. I'm sorry, guys. You guys can keep going, but I'm going to have to call it because my back is starting to tighten up on me.
Mine too.
I think. Hey, thanks for everybody for being here. Thanks for posting your questions in the chat. Please continue. Save your questions. Gen X will be on Thursday evening, approximately 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll be there if he needs moral support, and if you have carry your questions to there, and maybe we can continue the discussion on his channel on Thursday. Triple S, thanks for being here as always. We appreciate your guidance and your tutelage with all things related to the Mint. Don't forget to remind folks in your videos to watch the question video so they can post those questions for you to help you out with that.
Thanks for having me, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So final words from either of you?
I just wanted to thank the chat and everybody for coming in and posting questions and humoring us and giving us stuff to talk about. Until next time, 73.
All right. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all being here. Stacker, take us out.
All right. Well, I want to thank you all for coming. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you're hearing, see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. Stacker out.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate it. It was a good stream. I apologize for not being a lot more prepared with topics and everything. Got a little caught off guard. Been busy with the weekend. Anyway, enough of that. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting my channel, Gen X's, and of course, son of Silver Stacker. Silver Heist, thank you for being here. Support his channel. And I think we had Gold Aztec, and I think we have Steel City Stacker. Thank you for being here as well. They're content creators in the precious metal coin collecting genre on YouTube. So please go out and show their channel some love. We'd appreciate it. And with that, obey the laws of thermodynamics, and we'll have Apache take us out.